What's up, guys? My name's SmittyJ, and today we're doing another walk and talk. I'm very happy to be here. I did a little vacation in Ohio, which we'll talk about later in the video, and then been busy with Pops in the hospital and stuff. I haven't been able to get out and walk. Done a little bit of walking, like off camera, but not nearly enough, and I haven't been able to record, so excited to be here. Of course, the wind wants to pick up as soon as I get out of here, or get out here. So first thing we'll talk about is a little Pops update. He's home now, and we had a nurse come out today. Today's Wednesday. He got home Tuesday, and we had a nurse come out today. Pops has a PICC line in, and the nurse came out to show us how to set up the IVs for him. We're not sure how many days it's going to be, but it's like one IV a day for X amount of days. We're just not sure how many days yet. I'm really hoping to see a fish down here one day. But I keep looking, I never see one. Sad. Probably gonna end up regretting not wearing a hoodie today, but I got tired of my walk and talks always being in a hoodie. Anyways, Pops has a long road ahead of him, but he's very happy to be home. I'm very happy to have him home. Um, so I'm gonna be cooking a lot of the dinners and stuff here, and probably gonna be trying to do more healthier stuff for both of us. Trying not to sit too long. My hands getting cold sitting there. So let's get moving. Well, let's talk about Ohio. I survived it. I survived Ohio. I think we should all just take a round of applause that I went into Ohio and I made it out, you know. Dangerous place. Being from Michigan, I always give Ohio shit. All my Ohio family members give Michigan people shit. It's like just in our blood, you know. So I took off this last Friday and went and saw Pops for a little bit in the hospital. Then I went and picked up my nephew. And I know a lot of people hear nephew and they think some little kid or whatever. But I just turned 33 and he just turned 31. And so we were kind of raised together, pretty much more like brothers than we are nephew and uncle, you know. My mom had me late in life. And so my two older brothers, 20 years older than me, and then 24 years older than me. So I have a lot of nephews and nieces. Most of them are more like brothers or sisters or cousins than actual uncle, nephew, niece relationship. Anyways, with all that explained, I picked up my nephew. And from his place down to my cousin's place was like a 3.5 hour drive, which me being an ex-truck driver is not a bad drive at all. I used to drive like 10.5 hours a day. But I really enjoyed that time together because me and him don't get to talk one-on-one very often. He has a wife and kid, and so it's never just one-on-one, you know. Occasionally we'll play video games together where it's just me and him, but you know, that's over Discord and it's not quite the same as in person, you know. Also, I realized I need to stop saying you know after every sentence. What's that about, you know? But it was really nice being able to just talk to him, just him, for 3.5 hours. And, you know, talking about life and stuff, where when we're playing video games, we're usually talking about the games and stuff. Take an actual proper seat today because my left leg feeling a little shaky. I don't know what that's about, but going down these steps, I was like, I think I'm gonna actually take a seat. I still have yet to see a fish in this river, and it's upsetting me. I want to see a fish. I ain't even gonna try to catch it. I just want to see it, you know. You know. So, anyways, it was really nice being able to chat with my nephew, you know, for the 3.5 hours down. And when we got down there, we actually met my brother and my cousin at a Mexican restaurant down there, and had a banging burrito. It was a chorizo. I think I took a picture of it. I'll put it up on the screen. It was really good. Tasted great. I fucking love chorizo, and like the spicier the better. Delicious. But did the burrito and the rice and beans, and then I had like a pint beer, you know, 16-ounce beer, and that was dinner for that night. But then we went back to my cousin's house and hung out there, just watching a movie. I think we watched some ESPN and then like a movie that night. And it was just nice hanging out, bullshitting, all of us sitting out on the couch and stuff in the living room. When it's me, so me and my nephew are super close. And then my brother and our cousin are super close. They were kind of raised like brothers. And so they have like a really close connection. And then me and my nephew have a really close connection. And so when you get the four of us together, it's just a bunch of shit talking and, it's a lot of laughs, having fun. Had some drinks. I think it was Captain Morgan Cherry Vanilla is a newish flavor, I think, of Captain Morgan, mixed with Dr. Pepper. And it was pretty tasty. I liked it. They were doing Sprite too, but I never tried the Sprite one. But with the Dr. Pepper and stuff, it was tasty. Well, that was my Friday. Then Saturday, we woke up and immediately went to Waffle House. I was like, I barely got the crust out of my eyes when we went out to breakfast. I had two waffles with pecans in them. I'm a horrible diabetic this weekend, so this is just the start of it. It's not even bad yet. Just wait. Well, we went to Waffle House, had two pecan waffles, and I had an embarrassing moment. The Waffle House was packed, and the Waffle House booths, the table don't move, and so like it's secure, and my big ass like didn't really fit into the booth, and so I was like wedged in there while eating, and I see so many looks from different people. It not a proud moment in my life. I'm not harping on it or whatever. I wasn't like devastated about it or anything. I'm comfortable with who I am. I know who I am. I just rather not have that, and that's what we're working towards. This walks and talks. But it was not a good moment in SmittyJ history. That's for sure. So after Waffle House, we went to Walmart, and I walked around Walmart a lot, and I felt comfortable the whole time. My brother and my cousin are like fucking speed walkers, and so I'm trying to keep up with them and stuff. I mean, I'm a slow walker. They may just be average freaking speed. I don't know, but it was really fast to me, and so uh, me hustling around Walmart and stuff felt good. I wasn't hurting or nothing. wasn't wasn't out of breath or anything. But then we went back to my cousin's and we watched it was a documentary. I'll have to put the name on screen. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a documentary style movie about Motley Crue. And if you like very 18 plus uh, type thing, videos, check it out. If you don't, I mean, it's graphic, has nudity in it and stuff. A lot of obscenities and stuff. So don't check it out if you're cool with that. If not, don't bother. But it was really funny. But then so that was Saturday, and around like 5 p.m. My other cousins came out. So that group of cousins, there's one guy and then three girls, all cousins. And the unique thing about the girls is they actually all live on the same land, which is really cool. I freaking love the idea. They have one driveway in, and then like house to the left, house straight on, and a house to the right. And each sister has a house, and they all went in on that property years ago. And I love that. Like, I hope to someday do that with some of my homies. That's so cool. But just like the male cousin, the female cousins also talk a lot of shit. So there's a lot of just shit talking, having fun. Eventually went down into the basements, kind of like where we hang out when there's a lot of people there. And we're playing euchre, which is a card game. It was a lot of fun. And then we watched The Hangover 1 and The Hangover 2, and we're just a bunch of just hanging out and bullshitting. But I ate a lot of pizza. They ordered this pizza that was like the size of a freaking table, and it was delicious. It was so good. And I think this is throughout the night, not all at once. I think I ended up having like 6 pieces. They were like square pieces. I think I ended up having like 6 pieces, which is just not good as a diabetic. And my one cousin brought over apple crisp and cherry crisp. Ask me if I had both. I had both. Yeah, I had both. I ate both of them. Not a whole lot, but it was like, oh, I'm such a bad diabetic. But I want to be able to enjoy that when I'm spending time with family. Like I come home and I start eating better, you know. But let me have a weekend, you know. I ain't trying to be perfect all the damn time. But we ended up hanging out and drinking and stuff until I don't know, probably 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And then Sunday, uh, my nephew had to get back at a reasonable time, and my brother had to go. My brother's a truck driver; he had to get to work, and so I think we took off at like noon, and then it was like a 3.5 hour drive back, and then uh, yeah, 3.5 hour drive back, and then I went and spent a lot of time at the hospital. I spent like 3 hours at the hospital with pops, and then I went shopping, and then went home. So it was a long day, but it was really nice being with family and just enjoying time with them. Telling that story, I realized that pretty much told the whole story sitting there at that dock. So it's like, you need to get your ass up and get moving again, bud. So overall, I had a really good weekend. I wish Pops was there, you know, obviously, but I had a lot of fun. And that's why I moved back to Michigan. Why we came back to Michigan is to be closer to family. Down there, it was literally like a 10-hour drive minimum to any family member at all. And so it being only a 3.5 hour drive down and a 3.5 hour drive back, take that all day, baby. There was some other things I wanted to get into, but I'm back to the truck. I want to start doing 2 laps. I think next video, 2 laps or at least back to the bench and back. But I feel like I've talked a lot in this video and it's already pretty long. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. Basically, I really enjoyed it. It was really nice. I was a horrible diabetic and I survived Ohio. So if you want to send me like a medal to my P.O. box, I'll take it as an award. I'll take a I survived Ohio reward. Also, my truck's filthy. I just washed it. It's already covered in salt again. Michigan. But thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing Pops. I know a lot of you don't know him, but you could just see how, you know, how much I love him. And I appreciate your kind words. Let's continue to keep getting healthier, keep making good decisions when I'm not, you know, on vacation. And let's see where this shit takes us. But thank you for coming along on this journey. And as always, I hope you had a mediocre time. Bye. Love you. Bye.